Yes, sir. We have officially signed the petition to get Jon Jones stripped from his UFC Undisputed Heavyweight Championship bout, my guys. Hey, the petition is up to 150,000 people, all MMA fans, and possibly even boxing fans and other fans that just want to see this heavyweight fight take place, man. We're on the verge of possibly getting Jon Jones stripped because, dude, the whole UFC MMA fan base has already voted for this. I was literally number 146,000, and now we're at 150K. Tom Aspinall does not deserve. I mean, bro, we have rambled on and on. I have made clip after clip about Jon Jones, how he deserves to get stripped after this. But thinking of Tom Aspinall, a guy in the prime of his career, looking for a fight, calling out the champion of the world, and he's just not getting it. Dude, this guy's wasting his life. Precious time is just going by day for Tom Aspinall. He's training every single day, and he doesn't even know what he's training for. You guys, the UFC either needs to strip Jon Jones from the heavyweight bout, and they just need to make whoever, Sorrell Gain and Tom Aspinall next for the heavyweight championship fight. Because it doesn't seem like Jon Jones is going to be coming back anytime soon, my friends. Like I said, he'd rather be wrestling with guys in Thailand, in a pool, laughing and having his time. Hey, man, Jon, stop playing games with us, my people. I've officially signed the petition. The MMA and Boxing Addicts channel is here to support Tom Aspinall. Congratulations to Tom to being signed a champion, by the way, too. You guys, that's big news for Tom Aspinall, but come on, man. We need something bigger than that, my people. It's time to get Jon Jones stripped, my friends. And not just that. I want to give you guys my opinion on what's going on in boxing and the new rule that they're trying to push, you guys. As you guys know, Showbiz specifically has started a push and is trying to get a new rule to be actually implicated into boxing, which is called the no running rule. Specifically, this came after the Times Square card with, Devin Haney and the Jose Ramirez fight. I mean, you had Devin Haney in the first round, not throwing a punch literally up until 1:40 to go. The whole first minute. Go watch it. Go rewatch round one. From the get-go, Devin Haney knew what he was going to do in that fight, and it was run. And when it comes to this no running rule, those are the type of fights where this rule will actually have a good effect on. After at least 20 seconds, man, of you not throwing a single punch or even throwing out a jab, and you're just running defensively, not using your head movement or nothing, a warning should be implicated. Now, I don't agree with how, you should take a point away as the first warning. No, I think there should be 2 warnings. And if the fighter excessively keeps on wanting to run and keep on wanting to box around the ring without throwing punches, then on the 3rd warning, you take away a point. It's the same thing for excessive clinching. A long time ago, guys used to clinch all kinds, basically wrestle and kind of ruin the sport of boxing. Then boxing decided to implement the clinching, excessive clinching. You get deducted a point, my friends, and that actually works in fights. You see fights all the time where guys are clinching, and then the referee starts telling them. Next thing you know, they stop clinching, and now they're getting beat up. Guys, this could work the same way with the no running rule. I agree with it. Now, like I said, I don't agree with how you should take away a point as soon as it happens. I think you should give 2 warnings, and then on the 3rd time, take away a point. But at the same time, this rule also is going to have so much controversy. I can see it right now, bro, because everybody judges boxing differently. Everybody looks at boxing and judges, different styles. So everybody's going to have an opinion. There may be a fight where somebody's running, but maybe he is throwing a little bit of punches. But the ref, depending on who ref it is, might think differently. It might take away a point compared to a different fight and a different ref. Now, that is where this is going to start getting crazy and controversial. But I don't think the no running rule implements to all boxers. I think it's just a couple boxers specifically, man. Because, when you look at the history, would you consider Floyd Mayweather a runner? Now, don't get me wrong, dude. I grew up with a Latino family and I grew up with a Latino background. Hey, everybody used to say that Floyd Mayweather was the biggest runner. Everybody wanted to see him lose because all he would do in his fights was run. Guys, that wasn't true. It just wasn't true, man. Let's just admit that Floyd Mayweather's defense was ridiculously good. But he would still stand in the pocket with you. Look at that Canelo fight. He would still stand in that pocket with you and just have his arms up, shoulder up, and jab, dodge, boom, counter. Every single time. He wouldn't back. He would back up when guys would come forward. But he would still be throwing punches. He would still be letting his hands go. Even when he put himself up against the ropes, it wasn't like he continuously. Now, sometimes he did, don't get me wrong. But most of the time, he would put himself up against the back of the ropes, put his guard up, and just start shoulder rolling on you and countering you up against the ropes, my friends. Floyd Mayweather was beautiful. He was basically the definition of boxing. You know, hit and don't get hit. Not don't get hit and keep on running and don't hit. No, he was hitting and not getting hit, my friends. Same thing for Pacquiao. I don't know who's calling Pacquiao a runner. If you're calling Pacquiao a runner, then you do not know what's up. Because Pacquiao was one of the greatest offensive fighters of our generation, my friends. Now, of course, when people came and came forward on it, sometimes he used his feet work to get out of there. But he would get out of there and then come right back forward a second later with a 4 to 8 punch combination, my friends. I think this no rule just goes to Pacific boxers. And I do agree with it. I do think at the end of the day, it makes boxing better. I think it keeps fighters from, developing their style instead of having just a pure defensive style because of lack of power or something. Now, because of this rule, maybe they're gonna start thinking in their head that I need to work on my offensive power and my offensive skills. Not just that, but my head movement, my level changing, you know what I mean? Guys, my bobbing and weaving. Hey, I agree with this no running rule, but I do think at the end of the day it is going to have tons of controversy. You guys, the MMA and Boxing Addict channel has officially signed a petition for Jon Jones to get stripped, and I agree with the no ruling rule, my friends. If you do, and if you don't, leave a comment in the video, my friends. I'm out, baby.